well, this is my next study. I'm trying a horse, never done one. That's what I mean. I don't become proficient in one before I start on another one. But I did like this one, and I haven't seen anybody else do it, so I thought I might give it a try. It's probably been done somewhere because it's on them pre-artwork on the web. Pre-artwork, free photographs. And I am trying that paper that I've covered in gesso. Liquitex. I put one coat of Liquitex on both sides, and it went on quite well, and it takes a pencil quite well, no problem. So I haven't applied anything yet. I haven't applied any. It's going to be done in pastel. I haven't applied any pastel yet, but I'm going to put the pastel on for your next shot, and I'll tell you what it feels like for me. Anyway, I don't know what it might feel like for you. And the other thing I got today was I want to make my own. This gesso is Liquitex gesso is about £8.50 for less than a kilo, and that's without postage and package. So I bought some of this stuff. I don't know if anybody's interested. I couldn't get that stuff that they get, Frederickson's stuff from America. I don't want to send to them. I can't wait that long anyway. And I got this. It's UK stuff. It's L. Cornelison and Son. It's genuine white marble dust, and I didn't realise it was 5 kilos. I could hardly lift it. I'm getting on a bit now, so I'll never use all this. I mean, that's a fantastic amount, 5 kilos. I think it was about £11, and I got it from Jackson Art. That's JACKSART, all in one.com. Jackson's Art. If you want to get any. I haven't tried it yet, but I'll give you my opinion when I've tried it. I can only give you my opinion, but it is a bit more than I could chew. That I shall have to put it into bottles or jars or something. And there's a thing on the back about breathing in, and you should do it outside, and if you're going to manoeuvre it. But we only need it. We only going to work in ounces, and that'll make a sort of a litre. So this is going to last me. I'll be giving this to my offspring. There's a fantastic amount there. I didn't need that much, but it wasn't all that expensive. And for what you pay for these prepared papers, they're fantastic. If you can make them yourself, and if this works, I mean, I bought that before I tried this, so if it does work, I'll be really, really chuffed. And I've seen people working with baby powder and stuff like that. I don't know how good that is, but I think there would be a better grit on it than with white marble dust. You can't get much finer than that. And this is the finest I could buy. So anyway, I'll let you know. I don't know what it looks like. It might be grey. It might be. Don't have to be white, does it? I mean, they say white when they mean grey and things like that. I haven't even looked inside it yet. But I'm going to do this picture. Tell you what I think about this one with the gesso from Liquitex, the white clear gesso. It's white clear gesso I'm using on this, and I primed about five sheets of the stuff. So I'm going to do my next 5 paintings on it, and then see what it's like, and then I'm going to make up a batch of that stuff, and it'll last forever. And as far as I know, you mix that stuff with I think you get 2 of them for £5, I'm not quite sure. Eco washable glue, PVA adhesive, that's all that is. The cheapest I buy the cheapest you can get. You buy it in like milk bottles. And you put the 2 together with a bit of water and give them a good stir up, and you've got gesso. And I'm hoping this is going to be clear when it's done, although that looks like if that's really fine white, it's going to be a white mix, but it won't make any difference to me because I can colour it. Apparently you can put acrylic colours in with it to darken it, so you can make that green or grey or blue or whatever colour you want to go with your picture for as an underground, a background or under painting. Anyway, I'll stop there. This is the first part of my horse. I meant to talk about horses, but I get excited when I find something new. I like things that are new, and I certainly like to do things as cheap as I can. Do them the old way. I don't like to pay for all this modern stuff, which is nothing more than the old stuff. The only thing I can see difference is it's got a nice smell, that other stuff, Liquitex. Although it might be better than whatever you can make, so I'll hold my judgment until I finish. Well, part two, it's not really part two, it's just a second part that I've gone on to. I did a bit more than I anticipated. Well, one coat's not good enough if you want to rub it with your finger. It doesn't rub very well with your finger. But what it does do, if you've got one of these things, which is a tortillon or a butt end, paper butt, I don't know if it really does. I put a little bit of pastel on there. What's this? You think I've put watercolour on or something? Look at that. It's just dry pastel. And it blends superbly. But not with your finger, I'm afraid. Maybe I've got the wrong amount on, or I needed to get a finer. You can see the lines where I've done the thingy, where I've done the applied the thing. So I should imagine I need to do 2 or 3 coats to get it across the way, horizontal and vertical at least. But that blending is absolutely superb, and I'm quite happy with this. I haven't finished yet. I'm just practicing. I'm learning the same as everybody else, and it does work, but not with your finger. For some reason, it just, and it's got plenty of tooth. You can put on and put on and put on as much as you like. Well, it seems to be anyway. It seems okay. But as I say, I haven't worked all this out yet, and I'm getting the colours I want, because I'm getting more adventurous. I did say I was going to put darker colours on, so at least I'm getting the colour of the horse right now, or close to. And it seems to look wrong, but when I pull back through the camera, it seems to look right. I don't know. I'm just fiddling about with bits and pieces, really. I'm just practicing, so I'll do a few more things and we'll see what it turns out like, because you've got as much knowledge as me at the moment as what it's going to turn out like. I've got no idea. Anyway, I'll stop there because this will be a marathon otherwise, but it's just showing you the paper that well, it's not paper I've made myself, it was pastel paper. It wasn't even pastel paper, it was just coloured paper, Dela. And I put some Liquitex Gesso on, clear, and it's got a little bit of grittiness in it, but I only did it in one direction. I should have done it in 2 directions at least, and I probably wouldn't have got that thing, and I should have done it with a good brush. But with that tortillon, by God, it was very, very light. You saw how much I had on, and it's absolutely admirable, so it will work with a thingy. So if I can work it with a tortillon, I'm not bothered, because I'm not doing landscapes or anything. You need your fingers to do the landscapes, but I'm not bothered about doing my fingers with this, as long as I can get a good blend with that, and you can certainly get a good blend. I'll stop there anyway. So that's as far as I've got. Well, I've done a bit more, and once you know what it allows you to do, it's quite easy. You can get along great. And as I said, you can't do it with your finger, but this paper's my own paper, so you pay a lot to get the other paper, and I can't really afford that, not to do with the amount that I'm doing. I can bang these out one a day now, so I need something that's cheap, and I think the next one I do, this is only a single. If you look at it, you can see that the lines go down. So I've only done it one way on each side. If I cross hatch it, that might eliminate that, and if I use a better brush, it might be better. Anyway, I'll let you know when I've found out what's happening. But the tooth on this allows you to do lots and lots of different different layers, lots of layers. I'm sorry I drift a bit, but I'm trying to think of a lot of things, and some of it might not even work. It might look as though it's working, it might drop off, I don't know, but the tooth is absolutely beautiful. The only thing is that I'm getting a lot of I don't know if you can see it there, it's running down. I'm getting a lot of with the tortillon or whatever it is. You can wipe the tortillon. I wipe it on a bit of rag, which called my trouser, and you can see the things coming off, and you're back to where you were originally. So you can go to another area and have a clean one. So you can use the same one. You don't have to get several of them. That's another thing with pastels, the beauty of pastels. But yeah, I'm quite pleased with it, the thing so far. There's lots of corrections I can do. I mean, it's the first time I've ever used it, and nobody ever tells you about what it works like once they've done it. Whereas I seem to be, that's the thing that interests me, how it's going to work when it's thingied. But I'm just touching in here bits and there and bits there to see what works. This is my first horse that I've ever done, and I'm trying to work it into the first piece of paper that I've ever had with gesso on, with a rough surface. And I don't know what you think about the results. The results are, I think the results are okay. Not particularly, not the picture itself, but the results for the surface, the actual surface itself, is okay. I'm quite happy with it. I'll just use a finer brush for painting on next time and cross hatch it, and I'll try that, and that'll be my second thing. Anyway, I'll stop there. This is the second part of my horse. I'm on an angle here, and I know about how much distortion you get if you... Anyway, I'll stop there, and I'll do the next bit when I've done a bit more. Well, this is the next stage, but it's not the next stage, it's just as far as I've got. I haven't got the colours right. I'm getting there, but I need to grey them out. Looking through this, I can see more things when I look through my camera lens than I can when I'm looking normally. So I think I'll take a break here, and I've been on with this for ages. I thought it was going to be easy, but it isn't. I do appreciate these lasses now that paint horses, that are really good ones. I had to struggle a bit with that paper because it wasn't, because I had to use a tortillon or whatever it is, to produce what I want, and I'm still laying the colours on. I haven't got what I want. I've got to put greys on there because that's sort of a grey there at the back, and there's nothing firm to go on, so I'm really guessing. I haven't had any formal training on this, so what I do is a guess. Looks more like a donkey than a horse. Might be the angle I'm at, I don't know. It looks better down here than it does up there. I don't know. Anyway, I will finish it. And I keep saying I'll colour the background, but I never do. And there is a lot of dust falling off this because I'm using the tortillon. I meant to say that before. This is all dust running down, so I'm going to have to put my rubber on and remove that. Not rub it, I'll have to put that soft rubber on. I'll use a soft rubber now and just press it in and pull it off and get rid of it. You can see where it's dropped there. So I'll get rid of all that, and then one guy was saying that he did some special board of his own, and he tapped the back, which he normally does, to get rid of the excess of dust and things, and the whole painting fell off. So I'm not going to tap this because this has took me. I'm not really chuffed with it. It's just took me a long time, and I do appreciate things that take a long time. Oh dear. Anyway, Yeah, just pastels and a little bit of alcohol. I haven't been using much alcohol lately. I haven't needed to, because I've been getting what I want with that tortillon, whatever it is. And all the things that I had trouble with before with the pencil, the brown pencil, is all gone, because this takes it off quite nicely. So it depends on the paper you're using and everything. If the pastels are any softer, they'd be no good. They'd be too soft. And I haven't used the brick pastels yet, or the block pastels or whatever, soft pastels, the other soft pastels that all the other professionals use. Anyway, I'll stop there, and the next one might be a finished picture, hopefully. And I might put this on, well, I probably will put it on YouTube, because it's took me that bloody long. I'm getting fed up with it. I'll stop there. Well, a little bit more. It doesn't look as though I've done a bit more, I suppose, but if I was doing a speed drawing, you'd probably see I'd done something. And I've added bits here and bits there, and I'm trying to bring it to life. Yeah, I'm a bit hesitant on the bridle. I'm not frightened of doing the bridle, it's just that I'll have to lie it down, I think, because my hands aren't steady enough to do that. I'm like an aspen. I'm a bloody big aspen, but I'm like an aspen shaking. Yeah, I think I'll have to lie that down to finish that off. So the next shot you'll probably see is that with the bridle done, for good or bad. I'm still not satisfied with the colours of it. I'm getting there, but not quite. And what I've found out with this tortillon or whatever it is, I'm just putting my thoughts into action to my thoughts or whatever. Yeah, this I'm using the same one. I've used it forever, and it's got +2, whatever that means, size 2 or something. I mean, I can use a big one or a small one, it makes no difference. It's got a point on. As long as it's got a point on, it's the same thing. And I keep wiping it off, and I sharpen it up on a bit of a sander. But I do find if you rub too hard, you rub back to the, because I've got this surface on, you rub back to the surface. It just rubs the chalk off. Because I'm thinking about water paints again, aren't I? I'm terrible, I am. I've painted in acrylics, and I've painted oil paints, and I've painted in watercolours. I was good in none of them. I wasn't any good in any of them. Oh dear. But yeah, so I'm just touching in bits here and there where I feel I must, and when I look to this camera I can see things at a different view. People do say turn it upside down, don't they? Turn your picture upside down and get a different view, or look at it from a different angle, or come and look at it next week. Come and look at it next year. Well, I've got to do the body, and as I say, I've got to do the bridle, so I'm going to do the bridle and then I'm going to do the rest of the body. And how I'm going to do the rest of that body, I've got no idea, because there's nothing to work on. There's nothing to work on. But there's a system how you do it, or a technique or whatever. It's taking me hours and hours to do something that you can do in 2 minutes if you've got the technique. And look at all that, because I've been scumbling it off with a tortillon, and you can see all this, and I dare touch that because it'll stick to the surface, so I'm going to have to lift that off. Or it might even go in with it, I might just push it in with the rest of the thing. It looks like the same colour. So, mind, you can't tell. Once I get the thing on and see what colour it is, it's usually a different colour. Anyway, I'll stop there at that bit. I've gone at 3 minutes and I can waffle all day about nothing. Yeah, I'll stop there, and the next one you'll see probably is the bridle done, and the next one will probably be the body done, and the next one will be the finish, I hope. Well, I've got a little bit further, and I'm doing the harness, but I haven't finished it. It's taken me a while. I didn't even see the shadowing. I thought, what's them other two lines? There must be two traces, but it wasn't, it was a shadow. So I've got to take that down a bit. I've got a long way to go yet. And the other thing that was irritating me was my picture kept falling off the board, and it's because I've got that thick, well, it's not thick, it's just the paper can't stick to it. It only just sticks on its own now, which is okay for flat paper, but I've had to use some of these drawing springs. And I haven't even got the lights on so I can see properly. I've tacked them up with my book, some of my book templates, so it'll stick on my drawing board. Anyway, that's my problems over. Oh, it's given me a lot of trouble, this. I still haven't finished it. I can keep going and going and going, but I never know when to finish. I do. When I get fed up, I just drop my pencil and say to hell with it. But anyway, it's as far as I've got. So it's interesting me, and it's because it's a challenge. I'm worried about the next bit. I do the next bit, and then the next bit drops up. I didn't realise there was blue in that harness, but there is. It looks like slate grey, but you've got to put blue in to make slate grey, so I'm trying that. Anyway, I'm trying everything. I've done a little bit on the ears, tried to do a little bit on the hair, and I ain't good at hair. I ain't good at anything. But anyway, that's the next bit, and I'll be glad when I finish this, because I want to get on with my leopard. I want to do my leopard. I'm trying to do my leopard. Anyway, I'll stop there and add just to my little bits. That's the next stage anyway, the next stage I've done. I don't know if you can notice I've done anything, but I have. Honest. Well, this is the final view, which is as much as I'm going to do. I can do a lot more, I know I can. But I've had enough now. I've thrown my pencil away. So, and I found a nice little clip, which does just as good. I've got a box full of them as well. I didn't know I had them. I forgot about them. I've had them for years. Just clips, steel clips, and I know there's a lot more I can do. I can do scumbling, and I can do a bit more with the tortillon, and I can do a bit more blackening and whitening. But I've had enough. I've had enough now. It was a lot more difficult than I thought. So I'm doing something wrong. I must have to do. Well, I do see the girls blocking them in before they do them, so, and I don't block them in. I don't block them in till the last minute. So I'm doing something wrong. And the picture frame is just a piece of cartridge paper with the middle cut out. With I use an alpha knife to cut it to shape. And you can make a load of little frames like that if you want, just to check your picture and see whether it's a finished product. And I still didn't do this. I still haven't done the thing. I've just noticed it now. I just can't be bothered. Anyway, that's it. Done. Finished. As far as I'm concerned. I know the colours are not right. That's a much better horse, that one. Anyway, I'll stop there. You should have a good laugh. You shouldn't. It's not serious. None of this. None of this is serious. You shouldn't get excited about none of it. My toe hurts for kicking from kicking the bench. So don't take any notice of me. Anyway, and if I learn anything, I'll let you know. I'll stop there anyway. Hope I've amused you again.